Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. Happy spring! But when does spring actually start, and why is it so important? Well, the first day of spring is officially March 20th. This date marks the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere and the beginning of fall in the Southern Hemisphere. Each year, spring lasts for about 93 days, according to the Farmer's Almanac. But what does equinox mean? And the word equinox comes from the Latin word for equal night. Equus means equal and nox is night, so equinox. And on the equinox, the length of day and night is nearly equal in all parts of the world. So this is a time of about balance. Each year, we find ourselves on two separate calendars, right? The Gregorian calendar that goes from January 1st to December 31st of each year, and the astrological calendar that starts on the first day of Aries season and the spring equinox, which is about March 20th. That lasts from March 20th until the final day of Pisces season, typically around March 19th of the following year. So March 20th marks the spring equinox and the beginning of the astrological new year. And when we start a new astrological calendar and the first day of spring, it's a powerful time for new beginnings and fresh ideas to start flowing in. I'm noticing the kick up of wind. Wind is about the element of the east and new beginnings. We also associate spring with flowers blooming and the earth becoming green after a long, cold winter or a dormant season. So with this imagery, I invite you to look at all the ways that you and things in your life are coming to life. What's waking up within you? Maybe you've been de-energized and now you're moving into a time of energy. The astrological new year is a time for us to release the disillusionment and over-romanticized season and things that sometimes Pisces season brings to us. And it pushes us into that fiery energy, the awakened energy of Aries. Now, this year, the astrological new year, the spring equinox sits between powerful eclipses. We had the full moon eclipse in Virgo on March 13th, 14th, and we'll have the solar eclipse on March 29th in Aries. We also have Neptune moving from Pisces into Aries on March 30th. So there is a lot of force and fire in the air. The equinox means equal light and dark, or the opportunity to balance out. There's a lot of darkness and shadow coming up, but there's also a lot of light coming in. It's an opportunity for those that inhabit the planet Earth to come into more balance. Now, each of us has our personal definition of what balance means. I've always struggled in the world when people say work-life balance, and we have this belief or this imprint that it means equal. Balance sometimes does not mean equal, but it does mean a balance for you personally. So it doesn't have to be 50-50, it could be 75-25. So as I walk through each sign today, I offer you a chance to look at what that definition of balance means for you. Are you in alignment with your energy force? Before I jump into the impact to each sign, I want to run through just the impact of the astrological elements. Air, water, earth, and fire. They all serve as foundational principles that influence the characteristics and behaviors associated with the 12 star signs. Our earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs are grounded in the tangible and practical aspects of life. They embody the stability and nurturing qualities of their element. And these signs are known for their pragmatism, their reliability, and strong connection to the physical world, often excelling in matters that require patience and persistence. They help keep us grounded. Now, the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and the air signs are characterized by their intellectual, communicative, and social nature. This reflects the light and the dynamic essence of their elemental influence. And overall, these signs tend to excel in the realms of ideas, relationships, and innovation, bringing a breath of fresh air to their interactions and thought processes. And the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and the water element signs are profoundly impacted by their element. With each astrological sign, water gives way to emotional depth, strong intuition, and a capacity for deep empathy and connection. And then the fire signs, which are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They're fueled by the element of fire, and these fire signs in astrology are known for their passion, boldness, energy, enthusiasm, courage, and a zest and drive for life that often leads them to adventurous and creative endeavors. So when the sun enters energized, motivated, and courageous Aries, it brings that element of fire. Here's how it will affect you. According to your sun sign, I'd also suggest you listen to your moon sign, but most importantly, listen to the impact to your rising sign. And let's start with Aries. Now, the spring equinox is also the start of the Aries season and the new astrological year. So the start of Aries season signifies a new beginning or the opportunity for a new beginning for you. The equinox symbolizes balance, and together these messages come to announce that the more you strive for personal balance in your life, the sooner you'll see results. There's no need to push hard and strive. If you just work on yourself, find your center, and seek balance in your own dealings, everything will fall into place naturally. The equinox highlights a powerful period of self-discovery and initiation for Aries. This season, this year, challenges a redefinition of identity and purpose. Now, you'll feel some restlessness and an urge to take action or begin new projects. That's the fire of Aries. But be in balance and align any bold endeavors with long-term goals that will bring you fulfillment and clarity. Now, Taurus, balance is really your natural state, as you are ruled by the gentle planet of Venus, which controls love and the home. You are the best at listening to others, organizing your space, and keeping life and love graceful and elegant. The spring equinox, which is a time for setting your environment, get ready for spring cleaning, seeing peace in everything. This is your most aligned moment of the year. You might feel some frustration with the fire signs or the fire energy that's around you because you are grounded into the present moment. Take advantage of this moment and conduct a big home purge, bin, or donate anything that's of no use. This is a time for deep introspection. The spring equinox is nudging you, Taurus, out of your comfort zone with certain events or unexpected insights, prompting a reevaluation of long-held habits and belief systems. Embrace the changes that are coming. Be authentic, and this will create a path that leads you on greater personal alignment and vitality. And Gemini, can anyone appreciate the equinox more than you? I doubt it, Gemini. The one sign that has the same affliction for light as for dark, for day as for night, for silence as for noise. You are able to see both sides. You can't wait for that day when opposites come together to create the perfect date. Dual signs like Libra and Pisces understand the joy in duality, but you are the one that really needs this duality in order to survive. Extremes don't work for you. Only a perfect union of opposites. The equinox encourages Geminis to step back into the social sphere after a season of reflection during this long winter hibernation. Connections and communications will surge, bringing opportunities for collaboration and better community building. Discernment is essential when sharing information or engaging in discussions. Their awareness of world events will heighten, prompting them to share insights and engage in meaningful conversations. And for you, the key is that they are meaningful conversations. Cancer is a very empathetic sign. So for you, the end of one season is a perfect time to shed a little energy that's residual. You'll miss the dark season. That's allowed you to go into your natural state of going into the depths of your soul. But with its inclement weather and long lingering nights and puddles and hot chocolate and winter markets, you're ready for spring. The equinox gives you a day to say goodbye, and then you'll switch your allegiance and empathize with the upcoming season of light. The long days and the buckets and spades for the beach and the gardens will bring you much joy until the later season of fall. You may experience tension between personal responsibilities and professional ambitions. This season calls for a delicate balance between loyalty to loved ones and commitment to individual principles. Leadership within family dynamics or chosen communities may also become necessary to bring dynamic harmony. Cancer, you work well in either. This is a season for you to say goodbye to those things that don't work for you, the things in the dark or the shadow, and to get ready for more light. And Leo, well, naturally, summer is more your season than winter, and any extremes are more suited to you than the equinoxes. Equinoxes are about balance, and you tend to like the rush of extremes. You like the sunniest of days, the most flavorful dishes, the scariest adventures, the lightning and rain of a powerful storm. So in comes the energy of the equinox, and it asks you to be more balanced, which can be challenging for you, but give it some thought as to what that balance might mean for you and where you are at this time of your life. It's kind of like a pause button for you. The equinox expands Leo's perspective. It opens up new opportunities for learning, for travel, or exploring global issues. The equinox is asking Leos to get real with themselves. With charisma and heart, Leos can inspire those around them to adopt a broader, more optimistic outlook on life and collective progress. And Virgo, you appreciate balance and order. So your world is always a little bit more aligned with the equinoxes than some other signs. You approach balance a bit more analytical and therefore may try to give your favorite tasks the same length of attention as your least favorite tasks. At home, you'll divide your time between chores and rest and play equally without feeling any stress. Your love life is a masterclass in giving and receiving. So what can you learn from the equinox? Nothing. You are not here to learn. You're here to teach others. The fall equinox is actually your perfect time as it's the end of Virgo season. So you're in a perfect position to help others who struggle to keep their balance for ending things. But the spring equinox, you'll find yourself teaching others, for example, of how to start, of how to bring in new beginnings, of how to look at things without feeling challenged. Advise those in need and hold space for those that might be confused. This is a powerful season for Virgos to release any self-criticism, any doubt, any limiting beliefs. Virgos are urged to channel the equinox energy towards your long-term goals. Supporting friends or colleagues through the challenges may arise, but maintaining personal momentum remains crucial. Striking a balance between practical support and personal focus is key. And Libra, well, your sign is represented by the scales, and balance is what you're all about. You don't like being out of balance. As such, the period of equinox is a natural and happy time for you. Dark and light are equal, and this represents everything you stand for. The new astrological year is about to start, and exactly 6 months before your season, Libra, begins. What would you like to achieve in these 6 months? Make a pact, set a list of goals, those things that you want to accomplish or see success for this summer. You can look for sparks in the best and the worst ways. Feel this burst of energy. Look in the areas of love and work partnerships and relationships because relationships are important to you. Partnerships, both personally and professional, become more dynamic during this equinox, and authentic expressions of needs and feelings foster healthier connections. For you, it's too much work to try to read between the lines. Manage a fresh influx of authentic feelings, redirect anger into problem solving, and work towards balancing your needs with others. And Scorpio, the planet of rebirth Pluto, is the ruling planet for your sign. So, as the new astrological year is beginning, you're excited that some new winds are breathing into your life. The quick moment of the equinox when everything is in balance really is no interest to you. You're no fan of calm and equilibrium. Soon there will be new ideas to play with and bring focus to. And this is what excites you. The equinox calls Scorpios to reassess daily routines and habits, those things that you find boring. Break away from unproductive patterns and embrace transformative progress. That is vital. You might not eliminate those daily routines, but how you look at them might be revamped. Using your discontent wisely is key for Scorpios, especially during this season. Direct your energy towards practical solutions rather than criticism and finding fault, and this will bring positive results. In Sagittarius, you're an adventurous free spirit and at times a bit extreme, so balance is not exactly your thing. Your Sagittarian tendency would be to pick the solution which is the loudest, the funniest, or the most colorful, whereas the spring equinox begs you to choose balance, pale and quiet, softer and gentle. You've got to stay true to yourself and remain colorful, but you also need to listen to nature's peaceful message. Otherwise, the conflicting energy will have a conflictive feeling for you. A spirit of adventure and exploration surfaces for Sagittarians. Opportunities for travel, creative expression, or deep conversations may arise. Seeking and speaking profound truths can inspire both professional as well as personal growth and broader understanding of life goals. It's time, Sagittarius, to speak up and speak the truth others are wary of speaking. In Capricorn, you are one of the most disciplined signs of the zodiac, and therefore you appreciate balance whenever and wherever it may meet you. Even though you don't mind the dark side of the year, you welcome and enjoy the opportunities of increased light, and you're happy to see spring and summer approaching. Your ambition and focus are dependent on your environment, and you prefer it when others aren't being chaotic. So the day of equal light and dark demonstrates to you that happiness and positivity are on their way. You may feel a surge of determination to strengthen your foundations, whether that be your home, your career, your family dynamics, those close relationships around you. Have careful consideration of where to invest your energy, and that will ensure that those efforts yield tangible improvements and strengthen your relationships. Listen carefully and decide thoughtfully. And Aquarius, there are two equal and opposite forces working within Aquarius. You take responsibility for everything on earth. You want to bring joy, relief from poverty, solve all the wars, and reverse climate change. You do your best because every person can make a difference, and your dedication is inevitable. The other force which pulls you is that you want everyone else to be as focused and driven as you are, and this is when you run into trouble. Try at this time of the equinox to demand a little less from others. While you're at it, demand a lot less from yourself. Pause to listen. The equinox emphasizes the importance of community and collective progress for Aquarius. Opportunities to engage with new groups, social movements will emerge and offer guidance or leadership. This can mean meaningful change. Maintaining personal clarity is equally important to learn as we work together. And Pisces. Well, spring equinox is the end of Pisces season. The old astrology year has now ended, and the shadow part of that year is left behind. And since you're deep and creative, you kind of loved the shadow part of the year, so that you'll need a few moments to just adjust to all the spring and sunshine. Do not be embarrassed to ask for time out while you process these changes. Take some time to focus on yourself. Get creative. Paint. Listen to music. Sing. Dance. Stare at the water or the moon, or just simply breathe. As the pace of the world accelerates, Pisces is called to prioritize self-care and resource management. Reevaluate your financial state, your emotional health, your social resources and connections, and allow and make any necessary adjustments that you need. Now, as we leave one astrological year and we move into this new astrological year, it is about the opportunity for change. And with light brings more illumination to those key pieces that the universe wants us to focus on. I know that things have been chaotic and crazy and confusing lately, but this is a time for you to really focus on what you want. What can the universe deliver to you? What seeds do you want to plant in this season? What will you be nurturing? This is a time for you to use this fiery energy and define what is balance for you. Doesn't have to be equal parts, can be 50-50 or 75-25. This is what your definition of balance is, and this is an opportunity for you to define what you want this astrological year to be for you. Be blessed, be peaceful, find hope and happiness and joy in every day. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to her monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.